Hello. This is me, your girl CatCorelli, and this is the 233rd episode of my Cat Vibes series. I can't believe there have been so many episodes. And I was really so used to doing my cat talk show, and it still feels very weird not to do it. After all, I was doing this show for like 5 years. It's been a while. It's been a long time, damn it. And then I just really got tired. I really got burnt out. And I was thinking about this a great deal, and that's something that I wanted to touch on in this video, because I don't know. I say that I've lost a couple of subscribers, and I'm probably gonna lose some more subscribers. So I was wondering if that's... I don't know, I was trying to figure out things. I was trying to kind of readjust myself. I'm currently trying to rebuild. I have to rebuild myself. I have to re-establish certain things, and I have to find new approaches. I was thinking, was it just about the burnout? Was it just about that I really got, tired? Because I was pushing so hard, and I was doing all of these things, and I was doing the Cat Talk episode, every 5 days. And I was doing music, and then I also picked up painting. Something that I wanted to do for a very long while. I was wondering. And I think deep down I knew the answer. And the answer wasn't about that. It wasn't just a mere burnout. Because I had moments like this before. Back in 2020, I believe, I was like really tired of, the routine and getting out and doing exactly the same stuff. It's the same exact setting, it's the same house, it's the same property, it's the same mic, it's the same phone for a camera, it's the same process, it's the same routine, same editing, everything is the same. And quite frankly, it drives me nuts. So there's that element. There's that element of that I really hate repetition. When there's too much repetition, it drives me nuts. It makes me extremely frustrated, and I can't really bear with that. I really can't. I'm a gypsy by nature. I can't be bound to the same place, doing the same things, on a friggin' schedule, and that's one part of it, one part of the problem. And okay, I can contend with that if it's well worth it. Say, if it was like a really important thing to do, or it really brought me a sense of, I don't know, of accomplishment, that I've really actually accomplished something. And I'm doing something meaningful, and it really matters, and it changes something. It kind of makes sense, I can contend with that, If it's worth it, I can contend with a lot of things, but when I feel that it's not even worth it, then I just can't. I can't contend with the repetition. And when there is too much repetition, when there are too many things that are just the same every friggin' day, I'm starting to get a feeling that I'm actually getting out of my friggin' mind. That I'm crazy. And that I can't get any place new, that I can't do anything new, that I can't see things in a new way, which I usually strive to do. I really am trying to see things in a new way, from a new angle. But the problem with repetition is when there's too much of it. It has a stifling effect. And so at some point with this cat talk show, I felt that I'm suffocating. That I'm not breaking any new ground. That I'm not a professional journalist. I'm not a reporter. I'm not like Tim Pool, I'm not like James O'Keefe. I'm not Charlie Kirk. I'm not Candace Owens. I'm none of those people. I'm an artist in the first place. So at some point I've asked myself a simple question. Earlier this summer I asked myself a simple question before filming one of these episodes. One of my latest episodes. I asked myself, why am I doing this? Am I actually helping someone here, or am I just committing mental and intellectual suicide? And after thinking on this for a while and being completely honest with myself, I realized that actually, most likely, I'm not really helping anybody. I'm just stuck in this routine, in this repetition, and I can't quit because I'm so committed, because it's very difficult for me to quit. Anything. Once I embark on something, once I commit to something, once I'm in on any project, it's extremely difficult for me to back out, even though, from a reasonable standpoint, I might understand that it's not wise, that I really have to get out. But there is this part of me that goes, well, you just can't. I mean, you spend so much time doing this and that and that and that, you can't just abandon this. And it's not that much about what other people are going to be thinking about me that I don't really care that much about, really. But it's more about that I feel that once I'm committed to something, I have to really follow through on all my promises. I really have to follow through on everything. Because if I'm not able to do that, then, it's not cool. It's just not cool. I'm trying to hold myself to a high standard. But sometimes it turns out that that higher standard, or subjectively perceived higher standard, becomes an unbearable leviathan of sorts, an unbearable chokehold on myself. And I think this is one of the things that brought me eventually to this conclusion this summer, that probably I should just stop. At least I should stop with Cat Talk. First I thought that I would move on, to Rumble, and I kind of found this excuse for myself. I said, hey, you know what, maybe just, you really got tired of being shadow banned on YouTube. You really got tired of not being able to say the things that you really want to say, the way you want to say them. And you really need to go to a different platform like Rumble, and you need to talk there about these things. But then, okay, I've kind of freed myself from YouTube, so I've decided consciously that I'll just, go and pick up the slack on Rumble, continue there. And what do you think happened? Well, I went ahead and I made just one single episode on Rumble, and then I didn't have any motivation to continue. Part of it, and if I'm being completely honest, I will admit this, part of it is that on Rumble I have only 28 subscribers. I don't have much of an audience there. So I looked at that and thought to myself, okay, so I will have to find my audience anew. And if I'm gonna really, it's like a recommitting once again, which means finding people who will listen, right? Finding an audience for the Cat Talk show. And then I, again, faced that same set of questions, and I've asked myself, well, is that really something that I want to do? Because, like I said before, I'm not Candace Owens, I'm not Tim Pool, I'm not James O'Keefe, I'm none of those people. But, and this is where I'm getting to the second part of this little rant, is that, I guess I got really, really tired of politics. Really, really, really tired of politics. And I guess this has to do with, it's not that I've changed my views or changed my opinions, or that I've felt just, I don't know, that I'm giving up on something. No, it's just that at some point I realized how bad things really are all across the board. I guess I got disillusioned in a lot of ways. And at some point I felt hopeless. like being really, really screwed, because now you know that when all of your dreams are destroyed, when all of your dreams and expectations, when all of that has crashed, and there is nothing left at all, none of that magical thinking, there is nothing. It's very difficult not to become cynical. And deep down, I do know that I'm not supposed to become cynical because I'm an artist. Because, how can you be an artist if you become cynical? So I can't. But what I figured is that I cannot just go on and on and on and on talking about the same things, because I know that it's bad, and I know that there is nothing that I can really do about this. More than that, what's even worse is that I probably cannot change anyone's mind. I can probably not convince anybody to think. If the person really doesn't want to think, I can't do anything. And I kind of got burned out on that level because I tried for so long. I was trying to convey certain things, I was trying to pose questions, I was trying to stir up, some of that crowd of people who might have questions, just like I did. And I just got tired. I really, really got tired. There was a point this summer, with all these global events, and this and that, and, the African continent, Europe, the war, all of this. There was a point when I had just a little too much on my plate. And I have this acquaintance from Russia, an old acquaintance from way back. And this person is still stuck in Moscow. It's a trans person, so this person keeps sending me incessantly, every freaking day, a whole truckload of posts on Telegram. And I just don't read them. In the beginning, months ago, I was kind of checking them out, and I was like, okay, libtarded bias, this and that, and blah blah blah. Nowadays, I don't even bother looking at that, because I know exactly what it's gonna be, and this person is just obsessed with trying to prove to me certain things about Russia. Let me just say this. I'm not gonna go into any further detail, but I'll just tell you that this person is most likely severely libtarded. And this person is trying to convince me of something, and I lost interest. I'm not able to have a conversation with this person. I just can't. There's no reasoning. So, I'm just not looking there anymore. It doesn't make any damn sense. So, and as I was looking at this situation, at this very local situation, I realized that I'm actually just tired of opening Telegram every day and browsing through any channel. I don't want to see that. I don't want to know all the new little stories coming out. I don't want to spend every single day, hours every day, analyzing the ever-changing geopolitical landscape. I kind of understand the gist of it anyways. Most likely there is nothing and nobody who's gonna change my view and my root understanding of what's actually going on. I think I got it. I really think I got it. And at this point that I got it, now I just feel that getting caught up in the nitty-gritty, in the little stuff that happens every day, the new horrifying news, the new crazy stuff that comes out, I just don't have the time for it. I don't have the time for it. I don't know, it's almost like I don't have the dopamine for it. I get worn out and I get tired because it's all the same stuff. And still, you sit there, you look at all this, and you can't do anything about it. I can't help, the situation going on in Ukraine right now. I just wrote lyrics for a song from my coming album called Gone to Black, where actually I've expressed everything in a nutshell, everything that I think about the situation. as I wrote those lyrics, I thought, you know what, this song is worth 100 of my videos. There's no point in going out there, turning on the mic, turning on the camera, and talking about that same stuff over and over and over and over again. It's better, perhaps, and it's more productive to just make one song. And that one song will tell a lot more of what I really think and how do I really feel about it than me making all those countless videos and walking this weird line with YouTube and trying not to say, you know, whatever, or Rumble. Like, what's the point? So I kind of realized, you know, and if I'm being honest with you, and I am being honest with you like I usually am, I realized that I just got tired of that whole thing. You know, I just got burnt out, and it's not just because of the war, even though war is part of it, because I got burnt out on so many levels. There was some personal stuff going on in my life over the past year, and it all panned out in a way that I did not expect it to pan out. My brother was stuck in Turkey for a whole year, and then he had to go back to Russia. And ever since then we didn't talk. And I don't think we are going to talk anytime soon. But that's okay. That's okay. I let go of this situation. I let go of a lot of things, and that creates this vacuum which needs to be taken advantage of, if you know what I mean. And I was thinking about it. You know, what am I going to fill myself with? Am I willing to allow myself to get just drowned in this endless stream of news, hype, MSM, war news, political news? I'm tired of it. You know, I'm living in the United States since 2019. I have this feeling. I just watched the Republican primaries, both of them, the primary and then the second debate, right? I watched that. I already felt so tired. I already have this feeling that I've had enough back in 2020. And that I already distrust everybody. On both sides of the aisle. I just trust everybody. I don't trust anybody. There is... Maybe I just got to that point where I've realized what's wrong. And as long as I don't see anybody actually stepping up and saying, hey, this is what we need to do, and actually solving the problem, the root problem, I have this understanding that nothing really is gonna change. Nothing. There's not gonna be any substantial change. Therefore, siding with anybody who is not really trying to bring substantial change doesn't make any damn sense. So at this point, I have this scale, kind of, metaphorically speaking, right? So on one hand, I have art. I have painting, I have music. And all that entails, you know, I am recovering my painting skills. And oil painting really, really appeals to me. That's something that I wanted to do for so many years. And finally I'm doing this. And I'm all in this. I love this medium. I really love it. I find it a lot more pleasant than watercolors, even though watercolors is pleasant too, but oils is just something utterly satisfying. Then there is music. And I really need to, you know, crack down on some of my long-standing technical issues. I really need to drill down into like mixing. And as I'm listening to my older mixes from like 2020 or 2021, I realized that, you know, I've done a piss poor excuse for a job. And that's okay, you know. Some things you learn as you go. And now here I am. It's 2023. I need to really crack down on my long-standing technical issues as far as guitar playing, because it's kind of a shame, you know, to play guitar for, for that many years and not be able to play accurately, or to not be able to really have a solid down pick, when playing metal music. There's no one else who's gonna do that instead of me, so I should be doing this. I should be working on my vocals, I should be writing new songs, and now I'm actually with this new album, right? It is a major remake of an old one, but this is the last one in line. I'm already, right now, today, I was recording guitars for the next album, which is a new one. Sunset City, it is called. I'm already recording guitars for the next album. While right now, still working on lyrics and recording vocals for the current album, the current project that I'm on. I'm already one album ahead. I am practicing guitar every day, so on one side of this scale, I have all of this. I have painting, which takes a lot of time, by the way. It takes time, it takes attention. It takes focus. And quite frankly, I'd rather be a good artist, a good musician, a good performer, a good lyricist, a good singer, a good guitar player, a good painter, than be a good social and political commentator. I don't care for that, really. I really don't care. So this summer, I had this dilemma emerge in my mind, and I felt that I'm just going to be a lot more productive if I actually focus on doing the things that I've been doing all of my life. If I focus on what I actually am, which is I'm an artist. So I looked at this scale and I thought to myself, well, it looks like I don't have a lot of choice, since I'm not going to do social and political commentary professionally. And there is only 24 hours in a day, and it's not just about the time. It's about the attention, and it's about the focus, and it's about just everything that goes into absorbing information and then delivering information. It weighs heavily on the brain, and there's only so much that I can take. I'm deliberately avoiding things like, Instagram feed. I just show up every day, I share my music, I share something, and then I leave. Because otherwise I get distracted. I know that a lot of people spend a lot of time scrolling through Instagram, and I can't. I was deliberately and consciously trying to discipline myself. Because I do understand that if I do not discipline myself, then I will accomplish nothing, or I will get meager results. As you can see right here, I am sitting and painting this wonderful landscape. And this is Nice, France, and I'm completely fascinated with this sailboat. And the city in the distance, and the blue sky, and frankly, I wish I had the opportunity to just pack my baggage and go to Nice whenever I want. I would love to spend some time just painting plein airs somewhere on Côte d'Azur, the Azure coast of France. I would love to. Can I make this happen? That's another question. I love to travel. As I was weighing these things in my mind, I was thinking, you know what, there are things that I really want to do and that I actually should be doing. And I should commit to those things, and I should try to excel at these things. And then there is a whole lot of things that really don't make a difference. It's not gonna make a difference if I make it another Cat Talk episode on YouTube. First of all, I'm gonna be fighting the YouTube algorithm. Second, then there are gonna be all those people who will not like what I have to say, and that's fine. Whatever. After all, I am running my own investigations, I'm coming to my own conclusions, and then I'm sharing that with the world. But at some point it gets tedious, because at some point I'm asking myself, where should I really put my efforts? So this summer, after thinking a lot, really a great deal about these things, I figured out that I really need to free up some space to do what I am supposed to do art. And by the way, this video that I'm making now, I'm not trying to excuse myself or something to that effect. I will apologize though to everybody who subscribed to my YouTube channel, thinking that I will be talking about politics all the time and about delivering social commentary. I'm also not Blair White. I'm not Blair White. I'm an artist. I'm CatCorelli. I do art. I write music. I record music. I produce music. I sing music. I play music. And I paint. And I paint a lot of things. I paint landscapes like this. I paint portraits. I sketch. I draw. I paint. I have a lot of ideas. And there's a lot of things that I want to paint. There's a lot of places that I want to go to in this world, because I want to paint plein airs and I want to be present in that place. Traveling is something that I miss tremendously. Being free is something that I miss tremendously. And I want to have that ability once again. There used to be a time when I was able to go anywhere and do whatever the heck I wanted to do. It's not exactly the case nowadays, and I want that to change. So, in this equation, this was yet another argument for me to focus on things that really matter for myself. And if someone is not okay with this, that's okay, that's fine. After all, I'm just another person on YouTube, just another artist doing my thing. Or maybe, perhaps you will appreciate me and my art a little more for what I've just said. I don't want to take away from my art process. I don't want to take away from my music making or from my painting with all this political gibberish, with all this junk and trash. I can't be everything at once. So, one final argument that I was making within my mind recently, as I first felt I felt this pull, this internal pull, but I promised that I'm going to continue with Cat Talks, that I'm going to be making this and that and that and that. I had this internal pull, the obligation, the obligation within myself, the inertia of that I should and I must, because I promised, because I said I will. And then I thought, no. I shouldn't be really doing it if I don't mean it, if I don't really feel like I want to do it. See, the stuff that I'm painting here, I really mean to paint it. I really want to paint this. I really wanted this landscape to be painted. And I spent, several days, several sessions, sitting and painting exactly this painting. I wasn't painting anything else at the same time. I wanted it to be a specific way. Nobody forced me to do this. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I think it turned out pretty well. Well, maybe there are going to be people who are well, it's not some, famous painter or whatever. But it comes from the heart. My music comes from the heart. I hated it a year ago when I was recording music, and when I would be so exhausted with my Cat Tunes podcast, and I was exhausted with my Cat Talk show on YouTube. They were taking away so much from me, both the podcast and the Cat Talk show on YouTube. This was taking away so much from me. I was so exhausted that an entire freaking day would be spent just on a Cat Talk episode. And I would be talking about hell knows what, about, gender studies, about this and that, about LGBTQIA, about some outrageous thing that just happened, or about politics, or about something else. And then I would be also recording a Cat Tunes podcast episode, and each of those things would be taking away an entire day. And at the same time, I was sitting there and I was kind of within myself, I felt so frustrated because what I really wanted to do, I wanted to get me some canvas, I wanted to get me some paint, I wanted to paint. To just not think about anything else, not talk about anything else, not talk to anybody else at the same time. Just sit down or stand there by the easel, which I made myself, and just paint. And just let my mind be some other place. So the final argument within my mind was, what am I actually doing? What am I trying to accomplish here? If I'm an artist and you are on my channel for my art, if you're with me for my music and for my painting and for all of these things, I should be really upping the ante in these things. I should be really doing more and doing a better job as a musical artist and as a painter, which requires more time, which requires focus. So, as I was thinking about these things, I thought, you know what, probably I'll just stop with my Cat Talk show. Since I don't feel like I want to record anything right now, I really don't feel like it. Sure enough, there's plenty of things going on. And there's the presidential election that's coming up, and probably a lot of people are going to be talking a lot of things about that. I had this initial impulse to make a reaction video to the first Republican debate, and I thought, you know what, it's not worth the effort. I thought I'll just keep it to myself. Bottom line is, I don't think any of them, except for Vivek Ramaswamy, really means anything to me at all. After understanding some bigger things, bigger processes in the world, I kind of got really, I don't know, both disillusioned and at the same time kind of content within myself. Yeah, well, there are certain processes and nothing is going to avert that. I know that the world is going to be multipolar. And, well, in this world, I should probably, do the best that I can. So, I thought, instead of talking about this for hours upon hours upon hours upon hours, I'll just paint and I'll just sing. And I will put out more music and I will paint more paintings. I returned to Facebook, by the way. You'll be surprised to hear this. I returned to Facebook, but that is basically just, kind of a storefront appearance. I'm not really posting anything there or talking about anything on Facebook at all, except for music and art. I'm posting there just like on Instagram, just like here. It's just art, music, paintings, and that's all it is. If you want to follow me there, if you are on Facebook, you can follow me there. If you don't want to, don't follow me. If you want to just be here on YouTube. Quite frankly, I don't even know what content exactly am I going to be making looking forward here on YouTube. Probably like just paint-throughs like this. Maybe occasionally I'll be making episodes where I'll be just, like in the good old days, I'll just light up a bonfire, I'll just sit down and chit-chat about something, or maybe answer your questions, I can make videos like this. I just don't really feel that I want to, I get so tired. I got so tired of talking about the same things over and over again. I'm just so exhausted. I don't want to. I don't want to. Nobody cares. You know, first of all, nobody cares. Second, I myself at this point, I don't care that much. It's like, okay, you know, whatever. And I'm saying this, you know, without any negativity attached to it. It's okay. You know, I got tired of myself talking about the same stuff. Enough. But it was cool sitting there by the fir tree or sitting by the fire pit and, you know, burning a nice fire and just talking about something. So I don't know if you have questions, I can make Q&A episodes. Maybe I can do some live streams later on. Do something like that. And if you're interested, tell me in the comment section. Ultimately, I just don't know if I'm going to commit to any specific schedule for now on YouTube, because, you know, I don't paint that fast. So you see, this painting, for example, took me like, 5 or 6 sessions. And I was filming it, but then it took me a whole lot of time to cut down hours of footage down to just, 40 minutes, basically. This took me a long while, the sheer cutting down. So I can't be doing this every week, obviously not. But I promise that, you know, I haven't disappeared, I'm here. And there will be some Cat Vibes episodes, more traditional Cat Vibes episodes with music a little later, when I'll be getting closer to releasing my upcoming album. I still don't know what exact name, what exact title am I going to give this album? Is it going to be something like Into Gehenna, or is it going to be Gehenna, colon, and then something? I don't know. We'll see. You will know about it, definitely. I will tell you. So, this is what I wanted to rant about today. And I guess at this point I will leave you to just watch me painting, I guess with some music, probably. I'll just turn on some music and let myself paint this painting to completion. By the way, this painting is still not on my website. It will be there once I frame it. It will appear on my website with a price tag. And if you are interested in any of my paintings, anything that you see here is available. It's all for sale. So if you want something, reach out, ask me a question, I'll tell you the price, or I will link you to my website. Go ahead to my website, check it out for yourself. If you want a commission, you can reach out to me as well. I do portraiture, I paint pets and animals, I do that as well. I paint landscapes, I paint all sorts of things. So reach out to me, let's talk about your project. And I will most happily do that for you. So, yeah. So that being said, I will leave you here. Enjoy the rest of this video, and thank you for staying subscribed to my channel. Thank you for being with me. And I promise that at some point, you know, for those of you who really enjoyed my bonfire videos, you know, mid-season, mid-fall or mid-spring kind of bonfire videos, I'll be doing that, but I'll be just doing that not as often. But when I really feel like it. So, have a wonderful time of the day. Bye. Nowhere to look, I can't see a thing. I must
for everything.